But at a certain point, I thought, well, I'm just writing, like Dennis Lehane, practice novels. So I thought, I'm going to write one that's just interesting to me. It doesn't have to be interesting to anyone else. It's just has to be something that I find completely fascinating. And that turned out to be The English Boys.
Mm-hmm. Now, Will, of course, has this extremely well-known pair of series characters. Mm-hmm. Are you going that direction, or are you going in a different direction?
Mine are standalones.
That's what I thought, but why? Why not a series character?
Well, in the first novel, my detective is killed. That's
problematic. Prequels.
I know. I'm rather a character-driven writer rather than a mystery-driven writer. So this was the story of people who are trying to solve a mystery in their own small group, kind of at the same time the police are doing it. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't really necessarily a detective-driven type of novel. The second novel is a little bit more so, and it could be a series if I decided to do that, but I haven't decided to do that yet.
Is that a problem with the publisher? Midnight Ink, right?
Right.
Are they urging you to do a series character? Because there's a lot of that out there right now.
There is. My agent talked to me about doing a series, but set in the United States. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm kind of looking at right now, and I'm writing.
What about you, Will? Why series characters for you?
I think I enjoy the growth of the characters,
yes,
the kind of opening up of the characters. There's always more information to add into it. That you start out with maybe a slightly cardboard character, and then you develop more and more things about them, and they seem to grow on their own. And the next thing you know, they're so three-dimensional, even you feel like they're standing there in the corner. Mm-hmm. Our daughters always said around Christmas time, when is Uncle Cyrus and Uncle Thomas going to be coming around?
A real member of the family, huh?
Exactly.
Wow. I know a lot of people are interested in writing mystery or suspense or thriller, variations on a theme. What advice would you give? What makes a really good mystery?
I'd personally say don't try to copy someone else. Don't try to write the next Gone Girl. Let your book talk about what you're interested in, the kind of characters you're interested in. I think we're afraid to show our real selves. I think we're looking for some formula to success. I found success and got published by just writing what was in my heart and what I was interested in.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like good advice to me. Will, how about you?
When I was reading a lot of nonfiction, historical nonfiction in my case, I always found some hidden piece somewhere that was, the perfect idea for what to write now. Mm-hmm. And quite frequently they would echo something going on politically or society-wise or
like in the present world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I put something in there and I'm writing about it, in 1890, you can still read it and see, okay, it's happening again.
Well, you were tackling some serious issues even in that very first book, right, and issues which sadly are still with us. Mm-hmm. Was that intentional? Are you continuing to do that throughout the series?
I am, but it's pretty funny because my wife has always said that I'm not the political one. Mm-hmm. It just kind of like came out of me when I started working on the books. Also kind of societal and philosophical and things like that I wouldn't normally even talk about.
Do you have favorite mystery writers, or do you just stay away from that because you don't play where you work or something like that?
I read a few mysteries, some of the big-name mysteries, but I still find that I'm more inspired when I read classic works because it's just the area that I'm interested in, but I really love the quality of writing. If you're reading Jane Austen or Charlotte Bronte or Tolstoy or whoever, you're just reading just such a wonderful book, and there's mysteries tucked inside each of those too.
Well, that's a good point.
A lot of people say you must read a lot of Sherlock Holmes, and of course I have in the past, but now I'm reading things like Nero Wolfe, who's one of my favorite characters in fiction, surprisingly, I even like Spencer, the new Ace Adkins versions of the Robert B. Parker books have been very nice. I actually talked to him last week, a couple weeks ago, and I don't know what it is about those. I think that with Spencer, he doesn't even know how he's going to handle the case. He just goes in by feel and handles it, and it works out, by the skin of his teeth each time. And I like that idea. I kind of like working with that, with a character that is so unpredictable. Even he can't predict what he's going to do.
Do you like the mystery? I mean, you must. You're doing it, but to me, it seems like, and feel free to set me straight here, but it seems like one of the defining characteristics is, okay, we've got, some horrible event that sets the world into chaos at the beginning, crime usually, but over the course of the story, it's all going to be unraveled and discovered and revealed, and there's a sense of closure, of resolution at the end, which of course is often missing in real life.
I read once that in World War II that mysteries became really popular, and that was because people wanted some resolution in their lives. They wanted to know that the difficult things that happen all around us are going to be solved and fixed. My second book is a cold case novel, and I really felt in that book that we all want those mysteries solved, and it just is very satisfying to do that.
It's almost like an itch. Like, I know so many people that are ripperologists, and they can't leave it alone.
Right.
Because it's like an itch between the shoulder blades. It has to be solved. There has to be a solution.
Even when everybody says it's never going to be solved, it's been way too long. Give it up.
Except in Anatomy of Evil. So.
Right. Exactly. Thank you both so much for being part of this podcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
This is always fun.
Aren't they terrific? Truly a charming couple. So that's it for this time. Remember, if you enjoyed the podcast, please talk about it, share information and links with your friend. If you didn't like it so much, keep it to yourself. And by the way, I'm doing another small group writing retreat in New Orleans in December. That's 5 intensive days focused on your work in progress. By the end of the workshop, most people not only feel like they've got a better handle on their book, but that they're writing at a much more professional level. So if that's something that would interest you, please visit my website and learn more about it. That's williambernhardt.com. Till next time, keep writing. And remember, you cannot fail if you don't quit.